here, okay? Because most new grads are really unskilled to handle the questions of salary. What do I do with salary? When they ask me what do I want to make? What do I say? What should I ask for? It's a tough issue for you. So it is always best to let the interviewer bring up salary. Even if you're in the third interview and nobody said anything about money yet. What do I do? Surely this isn't a job for free. You want to always let them raise it. When they do, it will likely to be asking you, what are your salary expectations? Or they will tell you, they'll come out and tell you, well, because this is an entry-level position, this job pays $39,000 a year, $42,000 a year. So they make it easy for you if they did that. But if they don't do that and they say, what are you looking for salary range? What you want to do is, for this area, if you're staying in this area, you're going to likely be in the range of in the 35 to 40, maybe low 40s. If you're looking for Boston, you'll definitely be more 40 to 45 range for an administrative type position. I'm hiring accountants, new grads at $50,000 in Boston. That same accountant, new grad, I'm hiring that individual here for $39,000. Now, I'm going to go a little bit into negotiating, but negotiating salary is usually not recommended if you're a new grad. After you get experience, yes, you can do some negotiation. If you want, you can go on to salary.com, Glassdoor, and do some research. That's okay. If you want to try to negotiate salary, I'll give you some options. It's just not recommended in your position. If you absolutely positively want to negotiate for a better salary, you can show that you did the research and the salary range shows it's higher for this area. You can attempt that. It won't always work because employers have internal equity to consider. You can suggest that you're willing to forego additional vacation time. I just had an individual who was going to be offered a position with 4 weeks vacation, but a lower salary, and she would rather have a higher salary and not so many weeks vacation. So that gave her the opportunity to come back to them with something. You want to look at their job description, look at the minimal education that they list, and the minimal experience that they list, and if you surpass that, that is a way for you to ask for more money. I'll give you an example. One of the individuals I was helping, she had a bachelor's degree, but the job posting required associates. She had 2.5 years of experience between her internships and her part-time jobs and one job after college, and the job posting only asked for 1 to 2 years of experience. So with that, because she had a little bit more than the job posting required, she was able to go in and say, I was hoping for more, can I get any credit for my additional experience? Because collectively, I did do 2.5 years worth of administrative work. So if you really want to do it, you can do it, but you have to have something substantive. You can't just say, can you just give me more money because I want more money. If they cannot increase the salary or match what you're looking for, you basically could ask, would you consider a 6-month review and potential increase at that time if you are delighted with my work? That does work. So, usually you get an offer not in person, you get an offer over the phone. And a lot of people don't know how to respond to that, and they blow it. So a recruiter will make you an offer of $38,000. I'll call you up and say, and you'll say, oh great, this is it. I'm getting the offer. And the recruiter would say, I would like to formally offer you the position of for $38,000 a year with full benefits. And they would pause, and then it's your turn. My advice is always, especially if it's for a new position, new grad position, accept on the spot enthusiastically. I have had candidates lose good positions because they come back with a line like, well, I'd like to think about it. Can I have a week to think about it? Because I have 4 more interviews this week. Done. Absolutely done. Both of those things I've heard successive times. Whatever the offer is, you want to accept that offer, and then you want to advance within on your own merits. Your salary, you get the salary that you want. You'll advance on your own merits, and they'll see your work once you get into the position, into the company. Okay? So you could say this, if you don't like the offer, it's way off base. I'm so excited about the opportunity, as this is the exact position I've been searching for, and I've had the chance to become part of your incredible organization. It's more than I hoped for. So excited about the opportunity to work for your organization in this role. I just know I can do a great job. I'm so excited, but honestly a little disappointed the offer isn't higher or closer to my present salary, if your salary is presently higher. With my 2 years of solid office experience I'm bringing to the table. Another script. So excited, but honestly I was hoping for at least $42,000, as I've done the salary market research extensively, and it seems to be the range for some of my experience entering this type of position in this geographic area. Those are all options for you. I'm so excited. Honestly, I was hoping for more, as the salary market research I did suggests it's appropriate. This is if you're already making a higher salary. I was hoping your offer would be more and consider the 2 years of experience I already have plus my bachelor's degree. So those are the kind of, those are some arguments that you can use if you're way off base on the salary. If you do intend to negotiate, though, don't do it in a demanding fashion. You want the flavor not to be demanding in nature or feel like you're negotiating. That will absolutely turn an employer off, okay? If they're still unwilling to offer a higher salary, take the job anyway. Knock their socks off with your initiative, your drive, your sense of urgency, willingness to help, and you advance through the ranks on your own, okay? I have had candidates literally turn down a $40,000 position because they wanted $45,000, and then they came back months later and said, you know, that position that you offered, I'd really like to take it because the others fell through. It's like fishing. You throw away the little fish because you want the big fish, and then you lose the big fish, and now you don't have anything. Get your feet into a company. Take a position. You work hard, show drive, initiative, and the salary will come. Okay? We have a few minutes here for questions, so I entertain any.
So I have a quick question about the offer letter.
Okay.
Do you know how long specifically it should be? So like, is there a length of
How
time?
long?
Yeah. Is there like any like length that you wouldn't look at? Let's say, for example, if it's 2 paragraphs, would you not look at it at all? Or?
No, I mean 2 or 3 paragraphs maximum. It's only 1 page, obviously, so 2 or 3 paragraphs maximum. The longer you make it, the least chance a recruiter's going to read it. If you take it out of paragraph form, maybe a small paragraph, you put some bullets in there, you definitely do some highlighting, underlining. That, whatever you highlight and underline and pull out is definitely going to be noticed by the recruiter. So you want your sort of put your best foot forward. Cover letters is generally 1 page, 2 or 3 paragraphs. I'm not wedded to either, as long as they're not huge and not in 12 point, or I'm sorry, 9 point. Go ahead.
When they're interviewing, when they're asking questions like what are your long-term goals or where do you see yourself in 5 years or whatever, is it smart to say like you want to be advancing, or is that going? I always struggle. I don't know. I always struggle with that question. Like,
Okay.
you say you want to advance in the company. You say that you are trying to advance yourself. So,
I mean, there's nothing wrong with saying that my hope is to advance at this company and to develop your career there. There's nothing wrong with that. You're not just going to go back to that successive time such that you don't even want the job that they're posting for now. You know, you're willing to work your way up through the ranks, and you're hoping that this will be a long-term career here. That's okay.
because I've had a phone interview before where she basically was saying that there are no open positions to really work yourself up in the company at the time, and I felt like in turn it like hurt my
I see, because
chances.
there wasn't
Yeah.
anywhere for you to go at that
So
particular
she
company.
saw like me eventually being unhappy in the position which I wouldn't be able to.
Right, and you didn't know that until she told you that there isn't anywhere for you to go. Well,
So, like, would you
in
recommend-
that case, to me, that wouldn't be a position that if you truly are looking for an organization to advance in, that wouldn't be the right company for you, because you would be dead-ended at that point, and then you'd have to go somewhere else. I guess I would have to consider whether that's the right position for you in that company. Good.
I have a question about like applying for jobs within major companies. So like a couple of the jobs I've applied for have been in major retailers like McDonald's, things like that. And they use like the same like generic application,
Yes.
and it seems like it's all computer. So like, I guess my question is like, what are some of the best ways to get like the human touch besides like I've already done like the contacting recruiters through LinkedIn, but like, do you think it's appropriate to maybe call the office as well and say, hey, you know, just recently I'm a graduate here, I just want to apply to this position, I just wanted to get some perspective on the position and some of the things like that.
Absolutely. I think you apply online, and I know the big companies are even, you can't even get a person to answer the phone in HR usually today, which is sad. I would absolutely mail your resume to the VP of HR, to the department head you want to work for, and the CEO, president, and owner of the company. And just because the person's, you know, high up in the rank and makes $1 million doesn't mean he's not going to get your resume, he or she, and pick it up and bring it to the VP of HR and say, I'd like to see this person.
Because is it the computer that like, because how do I know like that my application is touched?
You really don't. You don't know that the recruiter is actually screening. You're right. You don't know that. So that is precisely why I would send it via mail. I would also email.
Okay.
Usually, though, they don't reveal emails of the HR staff because they'll be inundated with candidates trying to do that.
I mean, yeah.
Calls, you probably won't get a call back. So no one can stop the mail. It's going to go to the company. So that is your best chance. Phone call, you know, literally, especially with big, large companies, you can't even get a person in HR to answer the phone. You know? So, good questions.
Thank you. Thanks, Deborah.